work has been suspended at Mount Holly, and all domestic staff have been placed on an extended paid leave in accordance with the instructions left by the old man himself. See Miss Babbage for more details. Punch in and out. Temporarily disabled. Okay, expected. Special orders. If you would like to get a specific brand of gum or your favorite fruit, the commissary is now taking special orders for all members of staff. Special orders could take 1 to 3 days. Order... metal detector? Sure. Remote terminal access. It is possible to connect to other active terminals elsewhere on the estate using RTA. View. No other terminals currently connected. Office, laboratory, or shelter would be the options. Email. The permissions of this terminal do not allow for access to email account. Currently, this feature can only be accessed via the terminal located in the office. Data transfers. Data transfers from Cinca not currently available. Press enter to return to network menu. Okay, hang on a sec. So, let me write this down. So security can remote connect to office, laboratory, shelter. Okay. All right. Glossary of terms. Adjoining dead end dig directory Dirigiblock. In the commissary, players may find an arcade cabinet for the popular game Dirigiblocks. To the dismay of board members of the staff, the cabinet has not been in working order for the last several years. Although the game is not currently accessible, it is scheduled to be added in a future patch. Okay. Okay. Alright, not sure if there's anything else I can do there. Alright, at this point, we're walled off from continuing. So it is with great dismay that we call it a day. Let's see what happens on the next one. Rank reached 7. What does that mean? Okay. I like how it's like, do you want to save and just quit? Every time I end a day. Every time I end a day, it's like, you want to quit, you freaking loser? You idiot. Wish I could skip this cutscene. It was cool the first time, but I don't want to keep seeing it every time. Alright. Parlor. So far, the thing that gives me the greatest joy is the parlor game. Alright, the gems are in a box that is actually blue. Nothing. The gems are in a box with the word blue on it. That has blue on it. That has blue on it. This says nothing. Okay. Alright. There has to be one true and one false. If that is true... Alright, so hold on. If the gems are in the actually blue box, then that would be true, and also that would be true. There would be nothing false. So if this is true, and this is false, they could be in here, and it would meet all the requirements. Pantry. Let's see. Let's see, we're gonna hit a dead end really fast. Bedroom. Made a circle? Yeah, I did. Den. Grab the gem. Take a right. Guest bedroom. Key. Nook. Another key. A coupon book? Save 1 gold on each purchase you make in the estate. Have to do dining room or we hit a dead end and we're done. Okay. West Wing Hall. Commissary. Storeroom. So I could buy a salt shaker, a sledgehammer, or a gem with what I have right now. Have to use a key here. Passageway would take 2 gems. Let's do corridor. Spare room. Billiard room. That was a fun game. Banane. Okay, 10. We click 10. 5 and 1 is 6, plus 3 is 9. We click 9. 12 and 15 is 27. Minus 10 is 17. 20 positive, 18 negative is 2. 2 times 6 is 12. Nine times 2 is 18. That's a negative 9 times 2. I mean, that'd be negative 18, but... Okay. Oh, alright, that changes the formula somehow. Alright, so we had to start over. So 6, 9, 27, 17, 2, 6 is 12, 15. Was that lit up last time? Oh, whoops. Alright, hold on. So 15, positive 15 minus 9 is 6 times 2 is 12. There we go. Okay. Overlooked one of them, I guess. Shut up. Shut up. I can't even hear you guys, and I can hear you guys. Shut up. Doors in the west wing more likely locked. Nope, that's a lie. Check and retrieve an item. Observatory. Alright, so 4 stars. What would 4 be? Yeah, that's good. That's a positive thing. Plus 1 gem. You're more likely to draw green rooms while drafting. I don't know what green rooms are. It's like a broken lever. Watering can. The first time you enter a green room, use water to gain gem. Limited capacity 3 water. Trees found inside will never shade. The gems that shine in night and rain. The clue you hold cannot be paid with gems nor coins, so toss away. These sheets you find a worthy trade. I'm gonna screenshot this because I got no idea. All right. And it says green rooms are now more likely, but I don't know what that means. There's a green room I can't afford. If I take this, the run is over, so I have to take the chapel, which will steal my gold. Freaking church. That is a huge chess piece, by the way. Have to take this so the run's over. Watering can. What was the point of that? Metal detector. Greater chance of finding keys and coins. Key. Aquarium is every color room. What does that mean? Alright, I have to take this or the run's over. Compass. Draw floor plans leading north more frequently. Why did it just give me the option to water? Wait, what? I just watered a fish tank and got a gem. I'm pretty sure they had enough water. Buoy door? Dark room, drawing room. You may draw new floor plans while drafting in this room. I know, I couldn't keep a straight face. I know it's a boudoir. You may draw new floor plans while drafting in this room. But that costs a gem. Let's go to the boudoir. Okay. Coin purse. Each time you collect 3 coin, earn an additional coin. Oh. This is a horror movie suddenly. My last key. Two bananas. Bunk room. Hello. And I'm out of keys. So unless I can find another key, that's it for this run. Compass, metal detector, watering can, coupon book, coin purse. Actually, wait, hold on. What's over here? So you're saying there's a... Nope. No, why can't I rotate this? Spread gems in each green room. Closet has 2 items. Oh, if it has a key. Give me a key. That is not a key. Lucky rabbit's foot. Greater chance of finding items. Yeah, well, yeah, I can't go anywhere. It doesn't matter. Ah. I think I have to restart. It is walled off except there. And we need a key. And I do not believe the commissary sells keys. You need the lockpick room, the key room to make keys. Dang. Okay. Well, this is pretty depressing. All right, so it's been 90 minutes and have made 0 permanent progress. Password doesn't count as permanent progress? True, I did find that, I guess. Muck would lose it over an old school roguelike? I mean, I'm not playing those. I will also say I didn't realize I was signing up for a roguelike with this game. I thought this was just like a puzzle game, like The Room. Or Inscription, or something like that. I did not realize what I was getting into. Den. Bedroom. Coin purse. Nook. Don't really understand the breaker box yet. Guest room. Magnifying glass. Parlor would end the run immediately. Hallway. Passageway is 2 gems. Let's do hallway. Observatory. 5 stars. Room with 4 doors are more common today. Okay. Great Hall, 7 locked doors. archives. While drafting, you will no longer be able to see all 3 of potential floor plans. Demon Cat, thank you for the Prime. Appreciate you. Welcome. Rotunda can rotate. 3 gems. Weight room, lose half your steps. Chapel, lose a gold. I wonder if you don't have a gold, if it bars you from entering the chapel. Oh. Last key. Archives. First time seeing this room. Marigold wins Herald Literary Honor. Popular children's writer Marion Marigold adds yet another feather to her scholastic cap when she discovered on Thursday that her picture book, Swim Bird, has been chosen the Herald Literary Medal Illustrated Book of the Year. This is Marigold's second time winning this prestigious honor. The previous medal was, of course, for her debut effort. She was no stranger to the public eye even before her literary success. The niece and closest living relative of Baron H.S. Sinclair, Mary began using Marigold as a pen name to free her from the political associations that one might make with the Sinclair family. That was August 22nd, 1985. Next page is January 27th, 86. And I think the guy died in 93. Swim Bird author never considered herself success. She confided, my son was the one that actually got me to start writing. I had always challenged myself to never tell him the same story twice at bedtime, and so we ran out of books we owned. My imagination had to take over from there. Marigold has elaborated in previous interviews that her debut book, Red Prince, is based on her son and his inflexible love of the color red. A statement that has been held with much skepticism by the many pundits that viewed the book with a rather thinly veiled political critique of the Royalist Party and their unwavering blind loyalty to the throne. November 11th, 86. Publisher and author detained by Red Guard and questioned. Caleb Manning and his publisher Philip White were 2 of the 36 names that appeared on a leaked dossier, renaming them a person of interest in the Trinsdale bombing that killed 4 people last Tuesday. Although no group has come forth to officially take responsibility of the attack, it is widely believed by authorities to be the work of the insurgent group RLCF, who also call themselves the Children of Blackwater. Ruffington Press is quick to dismiss the rumors in a statement released on Friday, maintaining that the popular author and Mr. White were simply victims of an unfortunate happenstance, whatever that means. This would not be the first time that the publishing house has defended a rogue employee. 3 years ago, an associate editor within the company was arrested for criminal conspiracy, though the charges were later dropped. Marigold drops publisher. Local author and popular personality Marion Marigold has announced a split with her long-term publishing partner, Ruffington Press, citing personal reasons. The announcement came after the arrest last week of fellow author and colleague Caleb Manning, whom Marigold had past referred to as her mentor, friend, and confidant. Marigold is the 3rd prominent writer to distance themselves from the publisher this week. Manning and White at press function. Blank was seen at the corner, suspicious bag under the wave down a local Ma. This is the 3rd major last year. It is anticipated, charged by the Crown. Manning was the last. The trial begins expected to last up to 7 with grand treason. I'm gonna guess some of this was seen at the corner of something street with a suspicious bag under their arm. They waved down a local man. Something. This is the 3rd major incident this year. It is anticipated that he will be charged by the Crown. Manning was the last person to see White alive. The trial will begin on Tuesday and is expected to last up to 74 years with grand treason. No trace discovered of Cinca heiress, but search continues. Mary Matthew Jones, the author and illustrator whose fanciful stories are written under the pen name Marion Marigold, was last seen by a close friend around 3:45 p.m. Friday getting into a carriage after a late luncheon date at the 100 Bells Tea Room in Trinsdale. Miss Jones never arrived home, and the carriage driver cannot be located. Family and local authorities are very concerned, but have not deemed the case foul play. It's an out-of-character incident at this point, and we are seeking information. Priceless jewels stolen in dramatic Royal Museum heist. Thieves in the royal capital of Fen Ares have broken into one of the Crown's fabled closed exhibits. These lavish rooms have historically been reserved exclusively for the use of the aristocracy and the high peerage, and access has never been granted to them outside noble circles. At least not until today, as local police and forensic experts have been spotted in virtually every corner of the museum grounds dredging for clues. The museum authorities said that they were alerted in the middle of the night by reports of several masked intruders seen breaching the south wall and brandishing firearms. The intruders broke into the museum, subdued the royal guard, and disabled the security system. By the time the militia arrived on the scene, the burglars had simply vanished. Although an official registry of the lost jewels has not been publicly announced, among the treasured artifacts rumored to be stolen is the renowned ruby crown of Orianda Ares, the priceless crown jewel whose material worth pales in comparison to its historic value. If these rumors are true, the evidence may suggest the theft was politically motivated. Okay, so I'm guessing this woman that was an author was possibly our mom? She was the niece of Sinclair. And Sinclair is our uncle or great uncle. And she mentioned writing because of her son. I'm wondering if we are playing that son. Laboratory is new. I typically work over at Sinca Labs, but got sent over here for a month to assist more with the new turbine test. I think I need some help. For the past 3 days, I've been unable to find the laboratory on the estate. Today was the first success on that front. Can anyone tell me if this is typical, and if so, how do you get any work done? Before I arrived, I was briefed on the way the doors work, but I must admit I did not expect to be excluded from my new workstation for the first week. Any tips from my fellow technicians would be appreciated. Welcome to Mount Holly Laboratory. Experiment setup. You are free to experiment by testing and combining different mechanics to create an original and unique house feature that will last until the end of the day. Choose a cause from column A and an effect from column B. This all seems pretty terrible. For each bedroom you draft after your second, gain a key, gem, or die. After approval, this experimental feature will remain active for the rest of the day. Experiment started. Research logs. No experiments found. Log into network. Oh god, what was the... Shoot, I thought I was done with that. What was it, Song Swan? Swan Song. I gotta write that down. Swan Song password. Oh my god, these modem noises. Okay. What is this? Effective immediately, email can only be accessed via the security terminal, but that's a red card, which means that's false, so it's somewhere else also.